Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Pluto of Pluto's Muse here, back with another timeless pick a card reading, and this one is in honor of the full blood moon lunar eclipse in Pisces that is occurring on August 27th, and I believe also August 28th. That time period is most significant. Of course, every moon, the following days or the days leading up to it and the following days are the most significant, but whenever you see this, it may be relevant to you. This is going to be the last lunar eclipse or eclipse moon during this cycle. Okay, we had one a couple weeks ago. That was the new moon eclipse, and now we're in the lunar eclipse. So this eclipse portal that we've been in is closing out. So there will be major shifts and things that have taken place during it, but also after it that will feel a bit finite. All right. Whether it's emotional shifts, mental shifts, physical changes, things leaving your life, what have you. Full moons are about releasing, so this is a time of purging for everyone. The next eclipse portal or eclipse season will be happening, I believe, in Scorpio season. So definitely take the time in between Virgo and Scorpio season to reflect and to prepare yourself for what's to come. You have 3 options to choose from on the screen today. Please choose more than one if you feel drawn to more than one. And if you enjoy this reading, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. All right? Let's get started. Hi, pile 1. You're the pile that chose image 1, all right, which is the conch shell with the CHRYSOCOLLA, all right? Pile 1, before I got into this pile, I had a water spill. Okay. Normally I'm drinking out of like a container that has a lid or a spout or something like my Owala or my Stanley cup. But I was drinking out of a cup, and in the process of me like sitting down, the straw got caught on my hoodie and spilled all over my lap. My water spilled all over my lap. So, somebody in here, I feel like something unexpected is coming. Okay. It may happen in a way where it feels unexpected. I mean, water is just water. So of course it wasn't the worst thing in the world. I mean, I drink tea all the time. If tea would have fell in my lap, I would have really felt like, oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. Like it probably would have burned me or anything like that. But water is water. Okay. And even though water is very powerful in large amounts, the cup of water spilling was not that big of a deal. However, it seems symbolic. It seems like there's something that could unexpectedly happen for you. Could be something that potentially may feel disappointing in the moment, but it's a temporary disappointment that will be relevant around this eclipse for you. Okay? This could even be like an outpour of emotions. It doesn't mean like, okay, I was disappointed in the moment, but I have so much water that, like there's other water bottles in my home that I can drink from, which is honestly a privilege for everybody in the world that is struggling with water right now. Somebody in here, you could be Puerto Rican. Puerto Rico could be relevant. Doesn't have to be. I know I've brought it up in other readings, but a lot of people are currently struggling when it comes to water in Puerto Rico, the water conservation. Also, people are struggling in Gary, Indiana, when it comes to power. If anybody in here is from Indiana, I'm sending you love. It's a lot of stuff going on. And so maybe something like that could be going on. Maybe somebody's light goes out during the lunar eclipse, or maybe somebody spills something. It's like something may happen that will be able to be fixed, but for some reason it's going to be disappointing. But it may also be like a wake-up call. Because as soon as I spilled it, I was like, and I'm not drinking out of this cup. I was like, I'm not drinking out of my cup no more. Why did I not just, drink out of my lidded cup before? Like my cups I have so many different containers I can drink out of. And I was deciding to drink out of the cup. I'm not sure why I was drinking out of the cup. I think I was just enjoying drinking out of it. Maybe this is symbolic. Some of y'all, maybe there's something that you are doing just because it's fun. But in all actuality, there's other things that are more important or are more I don't know, valuable, not valuable, but like there are things that would be more practical or stable that you could be doing, that you should be doing, that are available to you. If not practical, I'm just getting efficient. Maybe this isn't about practicality, because even with my cups, like it might not be practical for somebody to get a container like a Stanley cup or an Owala or anything like that like I have. Maybe it's easier for you to drink out of a cup. But for me in that situation, I don't normally drink out of a cup. Was drinking out of it because it felt easier for me in the moment. And ultimately I spilled it. So again, for some reason, I just bit my tongue. For some reason, that seems significant. Every time I bite my tongue too, if Steve Lacy did not create Bad Habit, I would not think about Bad Habit every time I bite my tongue. But when I bite my tongue, I always think about Bad Habit by Steve Lacy. That may be relevant. Bad Habit is by Steve Lacy, and he is a Gemini. That's what I was trying to get out. Also, before I got into this pile, I kept hearing Borderline by Tovlo, and I don't even listen to that song a lot. I do listen to Tovlo, love Tovlo. Tuvelo. I love Tovlo. That's a reference also. Me saying Tuvelo is a reference from Megan Thee Stallion. Aquarius could be relevant. Gemini could be relevant. Scorpio could be relevant because Tovlo is a Scorpio. But I was hearing the song Borderline, and I was specifically hearing the beginning line, which is like, good people do bad things too. Okay, that's what she says. So good people do bad things too, y'all. I don't know. I don't know what that's about. I don't know why this is relevant. But you know I'm gonna run with it. You know I'm gonna run with it because it seems like it's relevant. Let's look into the conch shell. And then also look into the crystal. Oh, I didn't mean to turn off my frequency. For some of you, the frequency that I'm listening to right now says universal magnetism from sacred, not sacred. Sacred energy is here though. From scattered to coherent. Reiki for wholeness, ease, and peace. Somebody in here, you may like Reiki. Sometimes I choose frequencies at random. And I really have been loving this channel, Stone Soup Grimoire. I love them. I've reposted them on my community tab before in the past. Excuse me, I'm burping a lot now. But I'm listening to one now. I'm listening to one of their frequencies now because I really enjoy it. Their channel, the artwork on the channel, it's all really good. Somebody in here, you could be into frequencies as well. Spiritual meaning of conch. Okay. The conch shell is a powerful spiritual symbol across many global traditions, representing the primordial sound of creation, spiritual awakening, and divine protection. Its resonant blast clears negative energy, while its natural spiral mirrors the infinite journey of the soul towards higher consciousness. Love that. I love that description. So some of you could be going through a spiritual awakening. There could be some sort of divine protection that's over you at this time. And there's also an energy here of you gaining a higher consciousness or wanting that, aiming for that, right? That makes me think of one of the mantras that I have in one of my oracle decks that's like, something about consciousness. I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. Somebody in here, you could be prioritizing your spiritual journey, or that is something that you need to know around this moon. But the shell has many different meanings. It says in Hinduism, the shell is, I guess, considered the Shankha, and it says sacred sound. Crazy, sacred. It came up again. Sacred, Beyonce's hair care line could be relevant. Somebody could be doing something with their hair around this time, or hair care could be important, or maybe you're into beauty, or someone's into beauty, the beauty community. But it says sacred sound. The blowing of the conch, known as the Shankha, produces the sacred syllable Yeah. Believed to be the first sound of creation. I love that. I am loving this. Y'all, I'm loving this right now. I don't know why this has got me hyped. It also says divine association. It is a primary emblem of Lord Vishnu and goddess Lakshmi. Love Lakshmi. Somebody in here. Abundance is significant. It says symbolizing purity, auspiciousness, and victory over evil. Wow. That's what I'm saying. When I heard good people do bad things too. I think the next line is pretend that they don't, but they do, or something like that. So it could be relevant. It says ritual cleansing blown at the start and end of worship, puja, to banish negative energy and to invite prosperity. That actually reminds me of Palo Santo. Palo Santo, which some of you probably already know about, is a piece of wood from a specific tree that they burn. Most of us, if you have it, you'll probably burn it yourself, to cleanse the energy, to smudge with, like the same thing you would do with sage. However, the benefits or the difference between Palo Santo and sage is that sage normally smudges the energy to release negative energy, or smudges the air to release negative energy. But Palo Santo is a releaser of negative energy and also a bringer of positive energy. So somebody in here, that could be significant. You may want to sage and Palo Santo around this moon. Okay, you need to do both. You might need a deep cleanse. Like I'm getting spiritual bath, spiritual shower, saging your space, incense, Palo Santo. Yeah, some of you need a deep cleanse around this time. It also says Buddhism, voice of the Dharma. Dharma is good karma. So somebody in here, good karma could be relevant. The conch represents the fearless, far-reaching voice of the Buddha, spreading truth and enlightenment. I don't know if anybody in here is it called Hindi, or you practice Hinduism, or if anybody in here is a Buddhist, but that could be relevant for you. It also says awakening. Its call is meant to wake people from the spiritual slumber of ignorance. Clockwise spiral. Right turning conch shells are exceptionally sacred, mirroring the celestial movements of the sun, moon, and the stars. This is such a beautiful excerpt. And then last but not least, it says nature and universal symbolism. Sacred geometry. The shell spirals mimics the Fibonacci sequence, symbolizing infinity, growth, and the cyclical nature of life and rebirth. Okay, you could also be going through a rebirth. Some of you guys may want to study the Fibonacci sequence, or just go deeper into your spirituality in general. Somebody in this pile, like, I don't know if you are currently studying different things related to your spiritual path, or if you are becoming more spiritual after this eclipse, or if this is important to you, but this seems to be a very thinky pile. Like, you seem to be very invested in learning more about your path, or maybe you're seeing like a deeper meaning behind the things that are going on around you. And it's important for you to study it around this moon. If you're not currently doing that, I'm getting you should. Even if you feel like, oh, I don't feel like doing that. Somebody in here, I'm not gonna lie. Somebody in here, you might want to distract yourself. I don't know what you want to distract yourself from. I don't know if you're stressed out because you're going through a spiritual awakening. Some of you are confused. A bunch of random. I wanted to say random, but I'm thinking crazy. Like a bunch of crazy and random stuff could be going on around this time for you. Doesn't mean it's super negative. Like I said, maybe there's something that's unexpected that's going to happen where you're like, oh, I'm so disappointed. And you're going to try to find a way to distract yourself. Don't distract yourself. Lock into your spiritual path and figure out the deeper meaning behind what is going on. Something is happening for a deeper purpose. The last little excerpt here that was tied to the nature and universal symbolism portion of this reading says connection to water. As a treasure of the ocean, it embodies deep intuition, emotional healing, and a return to one's true self. Okay, so I feel like somebody in this pile, even down to the water falling on me, could we technically say that could be representative of a baptism? Okay, or being cleansed of some sort of type of energy? Like, even with me channeling the song from Tovlo, like, are you someone that would be considered a good person who has done bad things before? Right? Nobody's perfect. Maybe there are things that you regret from the past. Maybe there are things that you wish you could have changed, or you wish you would have done differently, or wish you would have said differently, or something like that. And if that is the case for somebody in this pile, I feel like this lunar eclipse may actually help you release any type of shame or guilt or fear that you have attached to who you used to be, because you're not that person anymore. I'm also getting something here too around other people though. Like, maybe there's other people in your energy that have disappointed you in the past, or maybe there's other people within your life that you, I don't know, maybe you view these people as like holier than thou or doing so good and all kinds of stuff, but nobody's perfect. Okay? Nobody's perfect, Pile One. Let's get into your message around the crystal, which was CHRYSOCOLLA. CHRYSOCOLLA. I was so sad too when the water spilled. My crystal book was on the deck, so not the deck, was on the desk. So I had to hurry up and grab it up before it got wet, and I did. But I was like, oh my goodness, what the hell? Okay. So this is on page 60. Cancer and Gemini could be significant. Cancer and Leo could also be significant. It says, CHRYSOCOLLA, open up channels of communication so that you can speak your truth with CHRYSOCOLLA. The color is blue-green. CHRYSOCOLLA ranges from blue to green in color. Good for communication. If you've got to make a speech or share your knowledge, then this stone could be just what you need. Okay, that could be relevant for someone. The little excerpt right here in the blue bubble says, the teaching stone. CHRYSOCOLLA is known as the teaching stone because it enables communication, knowledge, and transformation. Hold this stone close for speeches or public speaking, as it is connected to the throat chakra for communication and the heart chakra for compassion when it's interacting with others. Okay? Or not when it's interacting with others, when you are interacting with others. So some of you guys could be public speakers. You could be on a platform. You could be needing to do a speech in the near future. Maybe there's some sort of, I don't know, maybe you're singing. I don't know what you're doing. You're doing something, rapping, singing, speaking in the future. If you have issues with that, you might want to buy a CHRYSOCOLLA, or you might want to work with blue or green crystals. You also have inspires creativity. For centuries, CHRYSOCOLLA has inspired creativity. Its name comes from the Greek word chrysos, which translates as gold, and colla, which means glue. In ancient Roman times, goldsmiths used the rock as a solder to weld pieces together. Renaissance painters also made use of CHRYSOCOLLA and would grind it down to make pigments for paint. Somebody in here, you may be multi-talented. I feel like there's a lot of talents that you have, a lot of things that you want to pursue, maybe a lot of things that you are desiring to learn. And this may be the time where you release the things that are blocking you from doing that. You also have an excerpt here that says, cool down. It says, ancient Egyptians called CHRYSOCOLLA the wise stone, and it was a favorite for negotiations. Cleopatra famously loved CHRYSOCOLLA and carried it with her everywhere she went. Among its uses, it was believed to act as a shield, stimulate the mind, and encourage sensitivity. Okay, so somebody in here, you could be studying things about Cleopatra. It's so funny. I saw a reel that I liked recently that was like, it was like Cleopatra looking down at all the women from heaven who are like settling for situationships or like begging for attention or something instead of having more than one lover. Okay, like more than one lover or devotee or something like that. Like, instead of treating yourself like a goddess, somebody in here, or God, or whatever it is, not from an egoic space, not that type of way, but just instead of treating yourself like you are divine, maybe in the past, some of you have treated yourself like you weren't that great, or there's an energy here of you settling for less because you didn't know your worth. You might be closing out a cycle of unworthiness during this moon phase. I'm also getting the energy of some of you being the one that has mistreated people that were loving you properly. Pile One, maybe some of you guys have been on the reverse end of that type of situation. You weren't the one that was begging for love. You had people begging for your love, and maybe you weren't loving them or something like that. That could be a situation. Doesn't have to be all romantic. Could even be platonic or familial. Maybe some of you guys have had situations where you knew people were wanting to give to you or show you love, but you didn't show them that love in return. And maybe that is the thing that we would consider a bad thing. But others of you, I'm getting, you have been the one that was trying to show love and settling for less or begging for attention when you were meant to wait for someone to see your worth and honor that. And then last but not least, we have this other excerpt that says power up. It says, to enhance the impact of chrysocolla, you can pair it with its cousin crystals of malachite and blue azurite. This combination will amplify the stone's effects on your body, allowing for greater self-understanding and communication. Yeah, I'm getting like a self-discovery vibe in this pile. Some of you guys are spending time during this moon phase discovering more about yourself. And even with the oracles that I have out here, I feel like a lot of you need to know in this reading that you know more than you give yourself credit for knowing, okay? There's something here about you knowing more than you think you know. You have more wisdom than you give yourself credit for. Maybe you can think now, like if you take a second to really meditate, you'll think about all the times where you were right about something or where your intuition was on point or whatever it is. And maybe in the past you didn't give yourself credit for being right at that time, but I'm getting like something is right. You're right about something. And you're meant to be expanding on this type of ability, but you might be distracting yourself, or you have distracted yourself in the past, or you just lost track. You lost track of what it is that you desire because, or what it is that you really are truly meant to have because you were focused on other things. There's something in your current reality that is done though. Okay? There's something in your current reality that is done because we have this stone, not this stone. We have this oracle up here that says nothing is yet set in stone. And it's a mutable moon card from the Moonology deck. So somebody in here, you could have a mutable moon, Virgo, Gemini, Sagittarius, or Pisces moon. Others of you, you could be dealing with one. If you're dealing with this person or if this is your energy, I'm getting something is done because something new is meant to come in. You actually might be very close to the new thing as well, y'all. So I don't know whether something is going to happen around the moon where it's like there is an ending between you and someone else, or it's very clear that something is over. But what you need to know is that there's good things coming in. Some of you, there's going to be some good things that come in before the summer is over. And there's also going to be some really positive things during the winter time for you, specifically when it comes to your love life. Okay? Specifically when it comes to your love life. Some of you guys are about to experience something very positive within your love life. If you're not already experiencing it, whether you're manifesting a new lover, you're growing closer with some sort of love interest, or you're going to meet someone completely new. There's definitely a vibe here of you finally coming to terms with the fact that there's a need to make space. Okay? There's a need to let go of something, and there's a need to make space for what you want. Because what you want is very close. But before you close out this cycle in full, I'm getting you need to reflect on what you've learned so you can use your discernment moving forward when it comes to new beginnings, okay? So I'm going to shuffle off camera and then come back with what I see in the tarot, and we'll close out the reading. Okay, so pile 1, signs that are also relevant in this reading, if I didn't already say them. I'm seeing Cancer, I'm seeing Leo, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Pisces, Virgo, Libra, Aries, Taurus, all the fixed signs, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Capricorn, Sag, Pisces, Leo, Aquarius, Cancer here as well. I feel like that's all signs. So some of y'all just, I stopped saying the signs, but it's all signs. Okay. It's all signs. So pile 1, Pile 1, I'm definitely getting a message here around forgiveness, learning your lesson, and committing to some sort of new path. Some of you guys are moving forward. Some of y'all could be forgiving a father figure. Others of you could be forgiving an ex-partner. Others of you are trying to forgive someone that had more control over you than you liked. Because I don't think that the connection that you're letting go of was reciprocal. There's something here about something being unrequited. Okay? Somebody didn't love you the way that you wanted them to love you. Somebody didn't see you for who you were. Somebody didn't commit to you how you wanted them to commit to you. We got the Emperor in reverse over here. So there's an energy here of somebody, like, I don't know if this is a situation where you felt like you couldn't get a grip over the relationship, or if you were dealing with someone that was not taking control of the situation and showing up how you wanted them to. But I see you letting go of someone. This could even be you, like I said, forgiving a father figure. Somebody in this reading, you could be forgiving a father figure. Could also be a boss. But I'm just getting the vibe here where even if they aren't a father figure, this is someone that, this could be someone that took advantage of your kindness. They looked at your kindness as a weakness, and they didn't give you the love that you feel you deserved. So you're moving forward. You might be sad about it, but you're moving forward. I feel like it's just very clear that something is not gonna benefit you anymore. Okay? Or you just know that the results that you want are not going to come from this person. Whatever it is that you're aiming for, it's not coming from this person. This person can't provide you the type of emotional fulfillment you would be able to find on your own, or you would desire from a partner. For a lot of you, I don't know if you know, but I don't know if this person is going to reach out to you during this time. And that's why you need to forgive this person. Like, you're moving forward, but you're forgiving them. Or I don't know if this person isn't reaching out to you, you're going to be closing out a cycle of them being able to reach out or something like that, or you reaching out to them. There's a cycle closing. You're closing out a cycle with this person, or this person is closing out a cycle with you. But again, if they're closing out a cycle with you, it's like they could be closing out a cycle of not communicating, and they're going to try to communicate with you. Others of you, this could be them closing out a cycle, or you closing out a cycle with them. But it's like the cycle that you're closing out is you reaching out, or the cycle that you're closing out is you responding to this person. I see you not responding to this person, or you not reaching out to this person, because you've been running away from your happiness as a result. I just saw a gnat in here too, which is crazy. There's no reason for a gnat to be in here. So somebody in here, monitoring spirits could be significant. Maybe this is someone that has been looking into you, or this person could like just linger. Like, I'm getting like a monitoring spirit. Yeah. They linger around, or they're in your energy, but they're not saying anything. I feel like you want to move away from this person. Some of you want to move away from this person because it's just like you're ready for something new. You're ready for something new. Many of you have thought this thing into the ground. Like, you've overthought this situation. You already know you want to do this. You already know you're meant to do this. It's time for you to do that. It's time for you to set the boundary. It's time for you to forgive this person and move forward. It's time for you to cut this person off. It's time for you to, prepare for something else. Others of you, you just are tired of letting this person go in and out of your life. This person has been in and out of your life, or this is someone that you've been in and out of their life. Like, you don't want to keep revisiting the cycle if you have the potential of moving on to something new. Now, the challenge here, though, is I don't know what it is about this situation or this person that you are so drawn in by, whether this is a family member or a lover or a friend or whoever this is. I don't know what it is about this person that you feel so attached to them for, but you're going to have to get over the attachment that you have to them, like fully release it. There must still be remnants of you and this person being attached to each other that you are clearing out of your energy. Some of you guys are going to have to really release yourself from this person so you can move forward and heal fully. But also, I'm getting an energy here where you need to fully work on releasing the resentment or pain that you have attached to this individual, because you have new opportunities. And it's not going to work out for you in the future. These new connections, these new investments will not work out for you in the future if you are still assuming oh, but if only that person would have did right by me, or oh, if only this person would have saw me for who I was, or oh, if only I didn't play the fool for that person how I did, or why didn't they ever like me, why didn't they ever love me, why didn't they see me that way. This is not the time to think about the whys of, or for too long. I don't want to tell you to ignore your feelings altogether. This is not the moon to ignore your feelings either. But some of y'all need to process your feelings around the situation, whether you are no longer seeking the validation of a love interest or a friend or a family member. You need to address those emotions so you can release them, and you need to move forward. There's a lot of positive opportunities in your energy. I keep getting that. For some of you, there's positive opportunities within your career. For others of you, there's another love interest somewhere that is interested in you. And the more you keep yourself in competition with whoever this person is entertaining outside of you, the more you miss out on what is actually meant for you. Any more advice for the people in this reading? Yeah. Any more advice for the people in this reading? I feel like many of you are supposed to be waiting for someone that you actually feel like you love or loves you. There's love here. You're being divinely guided towards someone that loves you, or you're being divinely aligned with lovers that will actually see you for who you are. Why is this? Why is this coming up? Why was the Emperor in reverse? Why was the Emperor in reverse? Angels. Why was the Emperor in reverse? Why was the Emperor in reverse? For some of you, this person was in reverse because they definitely took advantage of the opportunity to go in and out of your life. There's an energy here of this person not fully stepping up the way that they needed to, but they knew that they would always have access to you. This is an access thing. Somebody had access to you. That's what I'm getting. Somebody in your energy had access to you, and they like to be in your energy. They like to be in your space, but they weren't actually who you needed them to be, though. Some of you, if you're not talking to this person, you need to forgive this person. You might not be talking to this person. Some of y'all, you've already detached from this individual. You just aren't talking to them at all, but you may still feel them in your energy, or you may still be around each other somehow, or something like that. Others of you, I'm getting it could even be a situation where this is I don't know. I wouldn't say it's that situation. I'm not going to say that you are dealing with a spiritual energy, because for some of you, I was about to say, maybe this is you kind of reconciling certain emotions around a passed over loved one, like you forgiving a passed over loved one so you could move forward. I do still feel like that's relevant, though. It might not be that the sole focus is an actual loved one. I feel like a passed over loved one, or someone from your past that you may also still be holding resentment towards, is the person that you are needing to fully release some sort of resentment from, because they're also intertwined into whatever this is. Okay? Even if you're having issues with one person, there's a root to this issue. The root to this issue that you're having in your love life, or when it comes to being attached to people that don't really know your worth, is Not just about you and this person that's in your energy. It could be about you and an ex. It could be about you and a family member, you know? Whatever the trauma is, it's deeper than just the here and now. Messages for the people in this reading. What do they need to hear? Messages for the people in pile 1. What do they need to hear around this moon? You have Kane, life force energy. Kane, life force energy. Kane says, Kane says, life force energy. Somebody could be born in 1996, 97, and 98. Life force energy, hydrate and nourish your body. Good health is returning. Kane is a major Hawaiian god of fresh water or wei, the creative energy source of all life. A revered ancestor who once walked the terrain of Hawaii, Kane cracked open the rocks to bring forth the pure water springs from deep inside the land. Hawaiians hold great respect for this god, who provides the physical and spiritual life force energy to sustain them. It's believed that gods or akua take many forms, such as plants, animals, or natural symbols. These various bodies are called kinolau and give people food, raw materials, medicines, and ceremonial objects. Kane has numerous kinolau, including plants, Hawaiian owls, and coral, but his most important forms are fresh water and sunlight. Rainbows are his sacred sign. All right, so rainbows could also be significant here. Some of you could be in the LGBTQ community. You don't have to be, or this person could be. It says, bursting with vitality, Kane comes with a simple message. Your body would benefit from drinking more fresh water and eating nutrient-rich foods. Some of y'all, my water spilled, but maybe you should drink more water. I don't know. Kane doesn't come to judge or lecture you about your dietary choices. He invites you to stand beneath his waterfall, soak up his rainbow colors, and tune into your body's real needs. Your spirit needed a reminder about cultivating true health and the life force energy, Kane says, smiling widely. Every drop of water or morsel of food contains a living consciousness and vibrational power. Is the way you eat and drink supporting your highest purpose? If your physical or creative energy needs boosting, consider your dietary habits. The way to optimum health now is to open your heart. Feed your body with loving awareness rather than with criticism or self-loathing. Celebrate your food. Savor the colors, taste, and textures. Give thanks to the creative source of the universe for sustaining you. Life is a joy when you see the sacred energy within everything. The additional meanings of this card says, your purpose is connected to food and nutrition. Grow your own produce. Yes, we need to be growing our own food. Limit your consumption of junk food. Okay, somebody in here. This is a positive message about healing from an eating disorder. Trigger warning. I'm sorry if that was triggering for anyone. And then give to clean water and or food charities. Nice. Some of you guys, maybe you have certain people in other countries or other places that are struggling and you want to support them. You should. Any ounce of help will be appreciated, I'm sure. And then the invocation behind this card says, I'm in tune with my body's needs. I'm full of energy. Okay. For somebody in here, even though I feel like that message is important, like maybe this is even tied to like your mood. Maybe some of you haven't been eating how you need to, or sleeping how you need to, or indulging in the best things for you because you have been dealing with emotions around this situation. Your spirit team want to make sure that you are working on cleaning up your diet or just kind of preparing yourself for a healthier lifestyle. Okay, a healthier cycle of life, because maybe the cycle you had with this person wasn't that healthy, or it sent you down a bad path. Even if this is like in relation to substances, maybe some of you guys have gotten into substances and things as a result, which I wouldn't be surprised of around the Pisces moon. Pisces placements tend to be a bit of like they disassociate a lot, and they can tend to indulge in things in excess. Same thing like Sagittarius, Jupiter placements. Jupiter makes you want to do things in excess. So if you are eating, you might be eating a lot. You're binge eating. If you are drinking, you're drinking a lot. You're smoking a lot. Like I'm getting somebody in here. Some of y'all have been doing things in excess because you've been sad or something, or this person triggers that in you. But again, I feel like it's deeper than this person, y'all. So make sure you are reflecting on what it is that this person has triggered in you and where the root of the trigger is. Messages for the people in this reading. You have adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. This might be a challenging situation for you. This might be a challenging situation if you have to ignore someone. This might be a challenging situation if you have to block someone, delete someone, if you are not responding to this person. Maybe somebody's birthday is around this time and you want to say happy birthday or something like that, but you're like, no, I can't because I'm closing out this cycle. Close out the cycle, y'all. Yeah. You also have death. It says, I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings. Yes, somebody is going through a transformation. You're changing. You're taking back control. You're choosing to let things end so you can go towards a new beginning. You also have gratitude. It says, I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. Yes, and be grateful for everything that you've gone through up until this point. And everything that you're going to receive in the future. Because it all happened for a reason. It's all happening for a reason. What else? Let's do self-care. What's self-care for the people in this reading? Self-care for the people in pile 1. Some of y'all may want to travel. Okay, travel may be important for you. You have be still. Be still is coming up as self-care. You also have rest. All right, some of y'all need to lay down. I don't know if you've been out a lot or what you've been doing, but some of y'all need to spend more time resting. You have flow like water, and then at the bottom of the deck, you have positive affirmations. Yeah, some of y'all, you need to take a break. You need to rest. You need to take some time to yourself. Maybe go for a swim or sit by a body of water. Take a spiritual bath, all those things that I said in the beginning. And make sure you are affirming yourself around this time. Make sure you are pouring nothing but love into yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Maybe there's a part of you that wants to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so dumb. Like, I don't know why I did this. Or I just wish I would have moved forward sooner. Or I don't know why I'm, still upset about this or whatever it is. But don't be hard on yourself. Some of you may even benefit from doing a burning bowl ritual. I'm getting like writing down the things that you want to say or how you feel and then burning that may benefit you. Okay, letting go of old emotions would benefit you. Messages for the people in this reading. Your love oracle. It says, if you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. Okay, follow your heart. You also have don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. Yes, for some of y'all, I really don't know what's going on. I don't know if somebody's going to hit you up. I don't know if you feel like you need to be hitting somebody up or something like that, but don't make decisions based on guilt. Okay? Don't take actions from a space of guilt, and follow your heart around this moon. Whatever your heart is telling you to do. You also have at the bottom of this, it says, close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. You deserve to be happy. Pile 1. So let yourself be happy. And then final messages for the people in this reading. Final messages for the people in this reading. Mantras for pile 1. What is pile 1's mantra? Pile 1, your mantra says, my capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. My capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. Bottom of the deck you have, I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural. I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural. Okay, that's all that I have for my pile 1s. Thank you so much for tuning in, pile 1. I'm sending you a lot of love and light. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Hi, pile 2. You're the pile that chose the socks with the birth of Venus on it and the RHODOCHROSITE. All right, pile 2. I actually was looking for socks that had mermaids, okay, on Pinterest, and I came across the Birth of Venus socks, which were super cute. Somebody in here, you could be a Libra or a Taurus, so you have Libra or Taurus placements. But yeah, I wanted them to be mermaid socks, and I realized in the process of like copy and pasting it and all of this stuff, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're not even mermaids. It's the Birth of Venus. So we're gonna look into the meaning behind the Birth of Venus, but also I chose socks because Pisces rules the feet. So I don't know if some of you guys need to be wearing socks. I actually saw like a random reel come up recently, or like some sort of random video, could have even been a YouTube short, where someone was talking about how like in order to hold in your energy, I don't know whether it's at night or just in general, people benefit from having socks on. It might be at night. People benefit from sleeping with socks on or keeping their feet covered because it helps you hold in your energy or something like that. I don't know what that was about. You may want to look into it. It may be significant. Actually, let me look into it. Okay, so this is what it says. It says socks connect to spiritual energy through concepts of grounding, protection, and the energetic significance of the feet. Grounding and earth connection. The feet as anchors. Your feet serve as your direct physical and energetic link to the earth. Okay, these are like bullet points that they're giving us. The barrier effect. While walking barefoot, quote unquote, earthing allows a direct flow of natural ionic energy from the ground into the body. Wearing socks creates an energetic and physical barrier. So yeah, something here about you having socks on will create a barrier from the energy of the earth. Some of you need to know this. If you've been grounding but you haven't been taking your socks off, that might not be good. Others of you, I'm also getting something here though where it's like maybe there is a reason why you would be protecting your energy from other things. The symbolic protection of it. It says spiritually, socks act as a soft shield. They protect your root energy from absorbing unwanted heavy vibrations or coldness from the floor while keeping your personal warmth contained. Okay, so there's also an energy here of you storing your root chakra energy in the socks. Having a sock on protects your root chakra energy from harsher energies of your environment. May not be the actual earth. For some of you, it could be. For others of you, it could be a home. Okay, there's energy in everything. So whether it's the food we consume, the items we wear, things like that. Some of you guys could actually be having issues when it comes to your root chakra because you are walking on surfaces that are like, I don't know, low vibe. Maybe you're in an environment that you're not supposed to be in. Others of you, you might want to start wearing socks that may be relevant to you. Then they have all these different superstitions attached to socks. So it says superstitions and symbolism. Mismatched socks. Some modern and folk traditions view wearing mismatched socks as a way to disrupt stagnant routines, confuse negative energy, or manifest unpredictable, playful chaos energy. Okay, so some of you, maybe you're wearing mixed match socks around this time and you're doing it to spice up your life or something like that. It also says the dual nature. Because socks come in pairs, they symbolize balance and the duality of life, similar to the yin and yang. Okay, so masculine and feminine energy, light and dark energy. This could be symbolic. It also says the missing sock. Losing a single sock in the laundry is humorously or symbolically linked to an energetic shift, an omen of change, or a minor release of imbalance in your life. If any of you have recently lost a sock, or if any of you keep lost socks, like I actually have a sock basket in my house that is like filled with socks that I'm looking for the other pair too. If you have missing socks or something like that somewhere, it may actually be a sign that something in your life was changing around that time, or something about that pair needed to shift for some reason. And you're on to a new pair of socks, right? Or maybe it's time to mismatch the socks or something like that. I don't know. Also, the dreams and symbolism tied to socks when it comes to your dreams. It says spiritual dreams. Finding or wearing clean, comfortable socks in dreams represent emotional stability, grounding, and readiness for a new life path. If any of you are dreaming heavily around this moon and you dream of yourself in socks, maybe even in your dream, if any of you are able to, look at your feet. If you're able to look at your feet in your dream, see if you have socks on. Because if you are wearing socks, it may be a sign that you're ready for a new path. You also have torn or lost socks in your dreams, or just in general. This is a sign. It says dreaming of losing socks or wearing damaged ones can signify a feeling of vulnerability, ungroundedness, or an internal energetic imbalance. Okay, so that is the symbolism behind socks. Now, the meaning behind the birth of Venus, it says the birth of Venus is a famous 15th century painting by the Italian artist Sandro Botticelli that shows the goddess Venus arriving on the shore. Okay, so something about the beach or anything like that could be relevant around this time. Italy could also be relevant. It says the story and meaning behind the painting. The subject. The painting shows Venus, the Roman goddess of love and beauty, standing fully grown on a giant scallop shell after rising from the sea foam. It says the winds on the left, the wind god Zephyr and a nymph blow Venus gently towards the land. The arrival. On the right, a spring nymph, Hora, rushes forward to cover the goddess with a flowered cloak. Yeah, she's definitely naked on that photo, or in the painting. And then the symbolism behind it, it says the shell represents fertility, the roses symbolize love, and Venus stands in a classic graceful pose modeled after ancient Greek and Roman statues. Some of you guys could be working with Venus around this time, or Aphrodite, excuse me. Some of you could be working with goddess Aphrodite around this time, where she may be like calling to you. Maybe you're getting signs that you should work with her. And if you feel called to, it might be beneficial to do some sort of ritual around her during this moon. You don't have to do anything super crazy, but maybe you need to add roses to a bath, or maybe some of you want to light a pink candle or something like that, or like indulge in self-care during this moon. That definitely could be beneficial to you, because I believe Venus in your birth chart is exalted in the sign of Pisces. So if you have a Pisces Venus, this may be extra confirmation for you. But if you don't, I'm getting that that's relevant. Also, there's a question here at the bottom that says, why is the birth of Venus so controversial? And it says, Sandro Botticelli's The Birth of Venus was controversial in the 15th century Florence, because it featured a large-scale, life-size depiction of a completely nude pagan goddess in a deeply Christian society. Prior to this, secular nudity was virtually unseen, and nudes were generally restricted to biblical representations of shame or original sin, such as Adam and Eve. Ooh, this is tea. That is a tea message. So for some of you, this picture was controversial because technically Venus or Aphrodite is not seen as, she's not tied to Christianity. Okay. She's tied to, I believe, Greece and things like that. Like she would be tied to other theologies and things like that. So when it comes down to how she's showing up in the actual painting, they're saying that she's standing as like some sort of figure or god or goddess that has appeared within a Christian society. She's amongst humans, even though there's other like deities and things like the nymphs, like they're talking about these nymphs around her. Technically she is being brought up into the land from the sea as a goddess within a world that does not believe in goddesses. Okay. And it's funny too for them to say that it was restricted for biblical representations of shame or sin, such as Adam and Eve. So they weren't painting nude people within paintings during that time period because it was seen as a sign of shame or sin. Now this is funny to me because look, it says secular nudity. Displaying a non-religious nude female body flouted medieval and traditional Christian norms of modesty. This is funny to me because I'm still reading, y'all. I'm still reading, I'm sorry. This is funny to me because there was a video that I also saw recently on Instagram, and it was like a little video that was basically talking about Donna Summers, and they were talking about how she she rose into a period of controversy in the UK because she sung, I want to say it's called Love to Love You. Love to Love You. Yes, Love to Love You Baby by Donna Summers. Love Donna Summers. But she was singing Love to Love You Baby on a live BBC, I guess radio or like TV show. I'm not sure which show it was on, but she was performing it live. And I don't know if y'all have heard that song before, but it's filled with moans. It's filled with moans. And people were in the comments like, oh yeah, she's actually doing a lot. Like this would have been very intense in the 70s, or wow, she got away with that on TV. And they talk about how we're so super freaky and all this stuff, because she was basically like grinding on the mic and singing Love to Love You Baby and like moaning into the mic. I thought it was funny. Or it's just her being her. Like I don't think there was anything wrong with that. But anyway, they were saying how that was controversial at the time. And a lot of people were saying how now they believe that, modern women are able to see it as a form of her like expressing like P power, like her being in a state of being like, I am woman, hear me roar type of vibes. But at the time people were bothered by that. So I don't know if that's also significant, y'all, but it may be. Okay, this may be significant to somebody in this reading. Maybe you are embracing more sensual or seductive aspects of yourself, or you are around people like this during this time. And there's a need for you to know that it may not feel comfortable or make sense, but that might be the result of some sort of norm being challenged. So I don't know why that's relevant, whether it's a norm for you or a norm for other people. Let's get into the crystal, which was rhodochrosite. Rhodochrosite 62. Okay, so 62. Love to Love You Baby. Okay, so it says rhodochrosite, related to self-love, forgiveness, and compassion. Rhodochrosite invites us to care for ourselves as well as those around us. The color is pink. This rosy-toned stone invites both self-love and selfless love. It's good for meditation. Enhance your meditative practice and spiritual work by introducing the stone. It says selfless love. This excerpt here says selfless love. Rhodochrosite is the symbol of selfless love and going above and beyond for others, but it is also about personal growth. It's known for encouraging self-love and taking care of old wounds. You may have feelings that you've buried. You may have feelings that you've buried from the past. This stone helps you look deeper into those in order to learn from them. Okay, so some of you might be digging into old feelings. You also have an excerpt here that says reunite. It says some believe this stone and its focus on compassion can help reunite people with long lost family or friends. To encourage this, people must put their rhodochrosite near a photo of a loved one. When it comes to a missing pet, just leave the stone in the pet's favorite spot and imagine the animal back there. Some of you, maybe that's something that you want to do. Every time this little excerpt comes up, I'm like, I don't know if you really need to put a stone by a photo. However, I mean, if it seems harmless to you and it's not a big deal, go ahead. You also have live in the now. It says creativity and spontaneity are maximized with the stone nearby. It can also, it can be all too easy to put something off for another day, but rhodochrosite can be a motivator to get up and go and helps tackle procrastination. Okay, so some of you guys, you may also want to work on using a stone like this for motivation. Okay. Also, you have another excerpt here that says seeking happiness. It says if you ever feel like you're a bit of a lone wolf, wearing the stone can guide you toward a new soulmate and a valuable connection. It's believed to lead you toward emotional happiness, inviting you to be vulnerable without the fear of rejection. Some of you guys are worried about being rejected. Or some of you guys are wanting to connect with people. I don't know if you're wanting to connect with a certain person or you're wanting to connect with just completely new people. There's definitely an energy in this pile, around seeking connection or seeking support or looking to align with people that are similar to you. Even off of the oracles out here, some of you guys are feeling the need to kind of shift into a newer energy where you are putting the focus back on what you want, or back on yourself, or back on what you love. Like, there's something here about you trying to detach from something you may have been, for some of you, you may have been codependent on something in the past. I don't know if it's a person or a way of being, but you're trying to find a tribe in the present moment that aligns with a new version of you, or a version of you that's ready for this new path is what I'm getting. Let me clarify what the sobriety card's about. Why is this here? Yeah, some of you guys, you are trying to find the strength to remain strong, okay, when it comes to releasing sobriety. Some of you, the strength card came out. You could be a Leo. You could be dealing with a Leo. Maybe you're trying to close out a cycle of dealing with someone like that, like controlling, or you are trying to release your grips on things that you want to control. Strength isn't a negative thing though, but in this reading, it could be someone. Some of y'all have somebody in your energy that you may have been attached to for the wrong reasons. Okay, others of you, I'm getting, if this is your energy, some of you have been operating from a space of control. I feel like your way of controlling something is being avoidant or inconsistent when it comes to what you actually want. You may not have fully invested in what you should have because you were, I don't know, addicted to control. Instead of surrendering certain things and allowing the universe to take control, you may have been trying to control things. Some of you are addicted to control in this pile, okay? Or how people are perceiving you, controlling how people perceive you, controlling the narrative, okay? Or being with a specific person. So let me shuffle off camera, and then I'm going to come back on, interpret everything, and then we'll close out the reading. All right, so pile 2. Signs that are also relevant in this pile. I'm seeing Aries, Taurus, Leo, Virgo, Sagittarius, Taurus, Gemini, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Aquarius, Virgo, Taurus, Leo, Sagittarius, Libra, Aquarius, Pisces, Leo, Aquarius again, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio is here, Aries is here. Okay, so that could be your sign, could be dealing with those signs. Again, all signs. I've been reading the signs in the readings, and even in the first pile I did it again, and I'm like, low key, it's really all signs. So anybody that's watching, this is for you. But pile 2, I feel like you're going to face your fear around this time. Some of you are really facing your fears and following your emotions when it comes to a new path that you want to take. You're moving into a new cycle. Okay, and this seems like a theme for everybody, but I'm really getting a vibe here where it's like you're moving towards something that you're destined to move towards. This could be a new relationship. This could be a new job. This could be a new energy that you're, stepping into. You're closing out something because whatever you're currently investing in is disappointing you. You're disappointed. Yeah. You're really disappointed. And you keep thinking over all the things that you could have did instead of this thing, or you could have invested in instead of this thing or this person. And you're ready to close out that cycle. Yeah. Yes. Some of you could have been attached to someone for a very long time. I'm getting since childhood. All right. This could even be something in regards to a family situation. Maybe some of you've been attached to this person since childhood. This could be a family member, a parent even. Some of you have been trying to appease a parent or stay attached to this person, and it's been hindering you. Specifically, it's weird because I feel like for some of you, you've been attached to this person. So you could even have a child with this person. But for some of you, you've been attached to this person because your inner child feels comfortable around this individual. But depending on what your upbringing was, pile 2, your inner child may not need to be in environments where this type of comfort is being sustained. Like the comfortable that this person is providing may be more of a karmic cycle than anything. Like for some people, it's uncomfortable to have a loving partner because all they know is emotionally avoidant or mean partners or something like that. Like I'm getting some of you, there's something that you're used to that you shouldn't be used to, or there's something that you've kind of settled for or that you've adapted to that is not meant to be your norm. And you could be closing out a cycle with a person who has been maintaining this energy with you for a while now. Like I'm definitely getting the vibe that there's a karmic cycle here. Somebody in your energy may even feel like they want to apologize to you because they're having a change of perspective. The more you change, the more you want to close out this cycle, the more you want to focus on yourself, the more they're feeling like they should have taken a different approach with you. For those of you where this is a love interest, somebody was not treating you how you wanted to be treated, or not seeing you how you wanted to be seen, or something like that. For some of you, this person may have been treating you like someone that was just lusty, whether they were entertaining you or not. Like this could even be like a parent. This could be a parent that was judging you and was thinking that you were just seeking passion or lust, and you weren't actually doing what you wanted to do, or like you weren't actually doing what you were meant to do, or something like that. Others of you, they didn't think that you were seeking lust, but they might be seeing you in an energy right now where it's like, now you're doing what makes you passionate, now you're doing what makes you happy. And for some reason, this is karma for this person, because I think you're starting to realize, like, that you need to put yourself first, or love yourself first. Like the only person's opinion that matters is yours. That's what I'm getting in this reading. If you've been worried about other people's opinions, or if you've been worried about being loved by somebody, I think you're starting to realize that this person's opinion or their view of you doesn't matter. Some of y'all may have even been waiting for this person to apologize about something and they didn't, or something like that. And you're going to no longer wait for the apology, because you're starting to realize, like, I feel like you're starting to realize that if you really want something like a new beginning, or you want to shift into a new reality, you almost got to fight for it. Like, you can't let this person get in the way. Yeah, you can't let this person get in the way. Some of y'all, you really got to stand up for what you want and focus on what you want. You have to be okay with ruffling feathers. You have to do what you want to do. Now, I do get a vibe where if you do what you want to do, or if you show up in the world how you want to show up, there could be people in your energy that will... I don't want to say people in your energy will be bothered by this, but you'll get attention. There will be attention on you. Why is this here? Yeah. Even if it's something that you want to do, there will be people who are watching you, who are focused on you, who are paying attention to you. And they could be evil eyeing you. Others of you, they could be supporting you. Whatever it is that you are focused on doing, or whatever it is that you are showing up as, they could be supporting you. But it's like, some of you are stressed out. Who's stressed out? Why is pile 2 stressed out? Major Arcana if this is pile 2. Major Arcana if this is pile 2's energy. Yeah, this is your energy. For some of you, again, it almost feels like this energy that you're taking on, this vibe that you're giving off, I don't know if you are being a little bit more seductive or whatever it is, but maybe that is what's stressing you out. You don't want to be viewed that way, or even if you are being viewed that way, you don't want to feel shamed for being viewed that way. There's something here about shame. You're worried about people shaming you. This person in particular, this family member in particular, this love interest in particular. Others of you, I'm getting something here where If this isn't just about you being shamed for being smexy or anything like that, maybe this is tied into your actual like smexuality. It doesn't have to be. Some of y'all, maybe this is something around your smexuality. Others of you, this has something to do with how you're showing up in the world. Some of you, if this is about putting yourself back out there into the dating world, you're stressed out because of your experiences with people like this. Like if this is someone that has made you feel small, or if this was someone that had made you feel like you were just like you weren't as important as you are. Some of you are afraid that other people will view you this way or treat you this way and not see you for who you actually are, not know your worth. I don't know if this person's going to try to reach out to you, or if this is someone that is just in your energy somehow. But you're being told to avoid a bad situation. Why is this coming up right here? Yeah. In order to get what it is that you want, some of you have to set a boundary or break out of that mindset where you are trying to appease this person so you can heal. For some of you, something about this situation is blocking you from healing a major aspect of yourself, a major aspect of your personality, a major aspect of something that you desire to manifest for yourself. Whether you know this or not, this person's energy in your energy, like, or being around you or watching you or having access to you, this person having access to you somehow, whether they're able to text you or you're watching them or they're watching you, I don't know. Something about this person being in your energy is actually blocking you from maybe feeling confident about who you actually want to show up as. Whether you're changing your aesthetic or exploring new love options, or you know what it's kind of giving me the vibe of? Whether you're living your life and this person is watching because they have access to you and you know this, or this person is someone that, like, it's a family member or something like that. I'm getting a vibe where it's like, some of you could have someone that is, they might not be openly saying anything to you, but they could be shaming you or evil eyeing you or judging you for who you want to be. And you could be breaking out of this pattern of trying to make sure that this person is comfortable with who you are. But the more you do it, the more they kind of like, they could be silently shaming you or like, I don't know, silently evil eyeing you. Could be more than one person. Some of y'all have a couple people in your energy. And you've been addicted to either, again, staying connected to this person, or you've been addicted to, like, because for some of you, it came out as the Knight of Wands and the Strength card. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius could be relevant. It doesn't have to be. But this could either be a connection that you have with someone that is smexual in nature, or this is a connection where somebody could have had control over you with that type of energy at some point in time. And I feel like you might feel bad for showing up how you want to show up because you've given this person more authority over your life than you needed to. Others of you, I'm getting, you are coming off as this Leo, Knight of Wands type of energy, regardless of your sign. And what I'm getting from that is there's a part of you that has tried to control the narrative of how you're seen. Some of you are addicted to being seen a certain type of way. How does Pile 2 want to be seen? How does Pile 2 want to be seen by people? Some of you want to be seen for your work. Whatever it is that you choose to do for your work, or whatever it is that you enjoy in your own time, like in your alone time. It's the things that you do in private, the way that you show up in private, that you want people to see, that lets them, like, you want people to like you for who you actually are. I don't know if you're wearing a mask or if you're putting on like a facade for a certain person or other people, but there's a desire for people to know you or see you for who you are so that you can align with more people who are like you. Some of y'all want to attract people who are like you, whether this is love wise or friend wise. Yeah. Some of you guys want to attract more people who have similar interest or who you're attracted to. Like, there could be somebody that you're attracted to that you want to see you and talk to you. But it's like there's something here about you not being authentic. And why isn't Pile 2 being fully authentic? Why isn't Pile 2 being fully authentic? Because there's still a part of you that wants to be validated. Uh-oh, not the smoke alarm going off. There's a part of you that still wants to be validated or supported, or I even want to get like desired by a certain person. There's one way that you show up so that people will like you, and then there's another way that you want to show up that is just for you. But maybe you feel like you got to apologize for who you are or for how you want to show up. Or you feel like you got to apologize for doing your own thing. But you need to do your own thing, y'all. Yeah, you have Persephone, new beginnings. This Persephone card has been coming out a lot. Some of you could work with Goddess Persephone. It says Persephone. Persephone, new beginnings, a time of complete renewal. You have the power to create light-filled change and rebirth. It says Persephone is a Greek maiden goddess who was captured by the king of the underworld, Hades. After eating the pomegranate seeds Hades offered her, Persephone became queen of the dead, agreeing to spend 6 months of each year underground. On Earth's surface, this created winter. When she returned above ground each spring, Persephone and her mother, Demeter, opened the flowers and blessed the crops. Persephone symbolizes the eternal death life cycle, helping us find renewed light after times of dark discomfort, whilst her pomegranate symbolizes immortality. Her other symbols are spring flowers, corn, and grain. It says, you may feel lost, exhausted, afraid, or shrouded in darkness, but Persephone is here to say, don't give up. She reminds you of the dual feminine powers of diving underground only to rise up again totally renewed. Perhaps it feels as though something in your life is ending or broken down. Yeah, some of y'all, there's like a tower moment that you're not meant to avoid. Like, let the tower fall. Avoid repeating the cycle. Some of you can avoid a tower moment by not repeating the cycle, but I'm getting something's meant to break down. Where was I at? Okay, it says perhaps it feels as though something in your life is ending or broken down, yet Persephone invites you to see things differently, as an opportunity for magical new beginnings. It will pay off now to dig as deep as you can into your soul for a fresh start. Make the effort to create positive change and it will reward you. Like a phoenix rising, you're a skilled alchemist who can begin over and over again in life, creating stronger foundations, soul-inspired work, and enriched relationships. You have what it takes to ascend into spring, taking deep spiritual lessons from the underworld with you. Okay? It says the additional meanings of this card. You can successfully deal with an illness, relationship difficulty, or life challenge. Don't give up. It also says, as Persephone symbolizes the mother-daughter bond, this card may signify a rebirth, significant change, or healing within this relationship. Okay, so that may be relevant as well. You also have, you're a complex, intense soul who needs testing periods in your underworld to recall your spiritual power and alchemize your light. The invocation of this card says, Persephone, help me to begin again, taking sacred lessons from the challenges I've faced. Stand beside me as I emerge renewed from the darkness. Yeah, some of y'all, it's like there's a version of you that you want to show, or there's things that you want to tell people about that you've learned within your solitude. Some of y'all have been awokened. Or like there's something here about you being wiser now or different. You've changed. Maybe you show up in the world one way, but you've actually changed. And I'm not getting it's a negative change. I'm getting it's a positive change. But maybe the audience or the person or the people that you've had in your energy in the past, they wouldn't like this version of you, or they will judge the version of you that you want to be, or I don't know. Some of you are afraid of being seen for who you are. Because if there is something here about a rejection wound, there's a part of you that may be fearful of people not liking the real you, you know? Yeah, you have worry. I know. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. Some of y'all, you don't need to stress out about this. Yeah. You have envy. I'm the same as everybody, but with different challenges. Bottom of the deck, freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Some of you need to know that being validated by other people will only be a temporary high. Okay? You will not be fully fulfilled in life if all you seek is external validation. If all you want is praise and support, not saying there's anything wrong with that, but if all you desire is praise and support, you will be living your life acting from a space of needing praise and support. I'm getting some of you need to be yourself so that other people can support you for who you actually are. I was literally just having this conversation with my sister about how I have readings sometimes where I'll talk to people and, you know, I'll talk to clients and they'll tell me like, well, I really wanted to say this to my partner, but I'm afraid that they'll be upset with me or they'll judge me or they'll feel a certain way about what I have to say. And I'm like, but in the process of you considering this person's feelings, you are abandoning yourself because you're willing to maintain this person's stance in a conflict rather than communicating what's going on. My eye's itching, you guys. I'm sorry if you can hear me scratching it. But instead of speaking your truth or saying how you feel about a situation and potentially giving them a chance to fix the situation from your point of view, you're sacrificing your own happiness or your own peace of mind to make sure that this person is okay. And I told her, I was like, that never works out. You basically are wearing a mask. You're with a partner where you have to wear a mask. I told somebody before too. I don't think that I realized, like, out of the connections that I've had with people in the past, I don't think that I fully realized, or like, it was almost like I waited to the point where I knew I had to leave before I left. When it comes to certain people, like, I'm getting this vibe where somebody in the reading, you already know that certain people aren't in alignment with you. You already know that you're not going to be able to keep up certain facades for people forever. You already know that you're not happy, and at some point in time this has to change, but you've been maintaining a reality that is good for other people or maybe comfortable for an old version of you that you are no longer. You've outgrown this version of you. So it's time for you to be authentic, or it's time for you to act or show up in the way that you want to, so that you can find the real people that are meant to be in alignment with you, your real tribe, the real love interest that you want, the real friends that you're meant to be around. Some of you guys are meant to be aligning with different people. Okay? You need to be more authentic. Maybe you're already aligning with different people, but there's somebody in your energy that you keep a mask on for. Don't keep the mask on, y'all. Your self-care in this pile, you have connect with crystals, meditate, abundance planning, and connect with earth. Okay, so some of y'all need to go outside. Definitely meditate outside if you get a chance. Some of you need to connect with crystals if you have any. And you need to start sorting out your money or planning for more abundance or figuring out how you want your money to be situated in the present moment. Some of you guys, I don't know if you're living with this person or if you're in some sort of connection where you are like, I don't know. I'm getting like the vibe where maybe the reason why you're trying to appease this person, it's because like they assist you somehow. If this is a parent, if this is a love interest, maybe this person helps you out financially or something like that. And you're like, well, I want to do my own thing. So if that requires me breaking away from you financially, I need to do that. I'm getting you should. You should, pal, too. If that's what it takes, you should do that. You also have close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. Okay, that's for somebody in this pile. You also have my beloved. Though we may be physically apart, spiritually, we are always united. For love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. Some of you guys have somebody in your energy. It doesn't have to be an existing person. It could be. I don't know if this is like, again, like you have issues with being authentic with a parent and you have a love interest that's getting in the way of you, or not getting in the way of you and the parent, but I'm always getting a vibe where it's like maybe your parent doesn't approve of who you love or how you want to show up. Others of you, I'm getting a message here around you wanting to manifest new love. And again, this person could be acting as a blockage, and you're like this beloved message could be from another person in the spirit, like another person that you're manifesting that you haven't connected with. But you know that there's someone else out there for you. You know that there's someone better for you because you don't feel like you can be authentic with this person or something like that. I'm getting that vibe. Under the deck, you also have imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for life. Yes, positive things are coming in. Don't be afraid to let go of the old. Let's get a mantra to close out this reading. What's the mantra for people in this reading? I'm overheating in this hoodie. I'm about to take it off. My house has gotten hot. I'm about to take off this hoodie. Okay, messages for the people in this reading. A mantra for you. You have attack. I think somebody's burning something in my house, y'all. Lord. It says attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. That's the oracle that came out for y'all. What's that about? Attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. Bottom of the deck, you have my vibes speak louder than my words. My vibes speak louder than my words. Attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. I don't know, y'all. Are you in conflict with someone beyond this person? Or is this your energy? Take it how it resonates. I don't know how that is connected to the reading, but that may be something that you need to hear. And your vibe speaking louder than your words has to do with you showing up exactly how you say you're going to show up. Okay? Don't just talk about it. Be about it, pile 2. That's all that I have in this pile. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Hi, pile 3. You're the pile that chose the High Priestess card and the orange calcite. I'm sorry. My book was over here. The High Priestess card and the orange calcite. Pile 3. Are you a High Priestess? Are you dealing with a High Priestess? Did you just hear my stomach? You just hear my stomach? Some of you guys could be Pisces. You could be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Some people also consider the High Priestess Virgo energy. So you could be a Virgo as well. Happy birthday to all the Virgos that are celebrating their birthday around this time. This High Priestess card, I wish I knew what deck this comes from. I love this deck. I love any type of, I just love tarot decks and things like that in general. Art, any form of art is amazing to me, but I love how whoever drew this deck, it seems so, it looks like it's by hand. Okay, whoever drew this deck, it looks like it's by hand. Some of you guys could be artists. Some of you guys, maybe you want to sketch or color around this time. Some of you could do something with your hands, whether it's like music or writing or painting or makeup or cooking. Something about the hands are significant. Hands also make me think about Gemini energy. So Gemini could be significant. But yeah, the High Priestess has so many different meanings. For a lot of you, I'm just getting that you are very intuitive, you're very in tune, and if you are some form of a spiritualist or spiritual practitioner, this moon may be very significant for you. Also, on the card, if you notice the pomegranates at the bottom, I believe, I'm not looking at the picture right now, but the pomegranates on the card are always on High Priestess cards. And I brought up in the last pile Persephone. A card that came out was about Persephone. So for some of you, you may have watched pile 2, or you may be connected to pile 2. You may want to watch that pile. But we're going to look into the meaning of pomegranates right now, because for some reason I feel called to do so. So let's see. Pomegranate. There was a point in time where, like, I was being attacked by pomegranate like imagery, and even my sister, like, she came to me one day and was like, guess what I got you? And I was like, what? And she was like, you won't be able to guess. I'm like, what is it? And it was a pomegranate, and I was like, what the heck? I was like, why would you give me that? Like, why did you have that? And she was like, somebody else gave it to me. Somebody else said that they had like a bunch of pomegranates, so I brought it to you. And I was thinking, like, why would she do that? But it's like the universe was bringing it to me. So I feel like that's significant for someone. Maybe there's certain signs and synchronicities that you're picking up on around this time, or certain things are coming to you. I want to say at random, but it's not really random. It's not really random for the people who are experiencing some sort of synchronicities. It could be a sign that goddess Persephone wants to work with you. It could also just be some form of a symbolism that has to be attached to pomegranates. I also think I did a pick a card that I planned on posting on the channel, but I ended up posting it on my Patreon. That was around pomegranates. So it was inspired by it because I kept seeing them. So this is what the definition says online. It says the pomegranate is a powerful spiritual symbol of righteousness, fertility, abundance, and eternal life across many ancient traditions and world religions. It says Judaism and the Bible, the 613 commandments. Tradition holds that a pomegranate contains 613 seeds, which matches the exact number of mitzvot, commandments, in the Torah. Heavy on the religion and spirituality being brought up in this reading today. I feel like a lot of people, I mean, Pisces is definitely connected to spirituality and religion and things like that. So somebody in here, all of these things could be getting drudged up around this moon, especially if you are a spiritualist. For the people in this pile who are a spiritualist, or who are on a spiritual path, or who are now becoming more in alignment with their spiritual path, you may be looking over during this moon. You may be looking over the beliefs and the customs and the traditions that you've adopted from previous religions you were attached to, or your upbringing. And there's going to be some things that you let go of. I'm getting that vibe. Like, there may be some practices or beliefs or limits that you may be letting go of around this moon. They're saying that Jewish people eat pomegranates around Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah. Am I saying it right? Yes. They're also saying that God instructed Moses to sew pomegranates onto the hem of the high priest's robe. King Solomon also carved pomegranates into the pillars, or onto the pillars of the Holy Temple in Jerusalem. If you look at the original High Priestess card, I feel like all of this imagery is actually on the card, so you may want to look into it. Let's look into the Greek mythology, though. We're going to move past the Judaism and the Bible. No shade. No shade. We're going to look into the Persephone reference, though, because that's what I was picking up on from the previous pile. So it says Greek mythology, Persephone and the underworld. In the myth of Persephone, eating a few pomegranate seeds bound the goddess to Hades and the underworld. It says death and rebirth. This story turns the fruit into a symbol of the changing seasons, representing the duality of life, winter, death, and spring rebirth. Okay, so pomegranates are tied to rebirth, but they're also tied to fertility and abundance. It says, because it is packed with hundreds of juicy seeds, people view the fruit as a sign of life's bounty and deep creation. It also says interconnectedness. The dense clusters of individual seeds inside a single protective peel represents how separate souls connect to make a larger whole. Okay, collective consciousness, things like that. May be significant. We also have hidden wisdom. It says opening a tough outer rind to find bright red gems inside reminds seeker to look past outer appearances to find sacred inner truths. Ooh, I like that. So there's a lot of different meanings behind pomegranates. Look, here goes something popping up at the bottom. It says, what do pomegranates symbolize in tarot? In the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck, pomegranates symbolize the divine feminine, hidden wisdom, and the veil between consciousness and unconscious realms. They are prominently featured on the High Priestess on the background veil, and the Empress patterned across her gown. Wait, are pomegranates on the Empress's gown? Empress. If they are, I never noticed. Let me see. Yes, apparently pomegranates are on the Empress's gown. Who knew? I used to think they were flowers. They're pomegranates. So, of course, for those of you that do read tarot, or if you do know, the High Priestess and the Empress are both divine feminines. Okay? I know a lot of people are like, the Empress is the ultimate. And I mean, to each his own. Everybody has a different view of the tarot cards. But when it comes to the major arcana, the High Priestess and the Empress are equals when it comes to divine femininity. The same way the Magician and the Emperor and even the Hierophant, to be quite honest, could all be attached to the Hierophant. This might be controversial, but the Hierophant to me could be gender neutral. Okay. I mean, all cards in tarot are gender neutral because it's energy. There could be a man who's operating out of Empress energy. There could be a man who's operating out of High Priestess energy. And there could be a woman who's operating out of Emperor energy, or a woman operating out of Magician or Hierophant energy. So it's not really about gender when it comes to tarot. However, the Empress and the High Priestess are both divine feminine energies. But I consider the Empress somebody that is either already a mother, a business owner, or who is in the energy of mothering. And the High Priestess is more of a divine feminine that is solo, single, and here to teach or here to express themselves individually without the attachment of like a relationship or a child or anything like that. You can have a child and be a High Priestess, but to me, the High Priestess is like really like, it's like a single Empress. And then the Empress is, you know, her own person. Some people feel like the pre-Empress card is the Nine of Pentacles, which could also be the case. Honestly, the Nine of Pentacles card could also have, I don't think she has pomegranates on that dress. The Nine of Pentacles also has like a robe that has a design on it. If they have pomegranates on that dress as well, then that's crazy. But some people view the Nine of Pentacles as pre-Empress energy, which it can be, because when you add another pentacle to the Nine of Pentacles, it becomes the Ten of Pentacles, which is like home, family, legacy, long-term commitments. Why is this significant? Why is this relevant? Are some of you studying tarot? Or are you looking into the meaning behind certain cards? Are you interested in these things? Are you a reader? Like, are you taking a course on it? I feel like I'm teaching somebody about this. Some of you guys are teachers, okay? Or some of you are learning more about these things. And again, if we talk about you separating from previous limits that were set when it comes to religion, maybe some of you are like, you know, ex-Christians, ex-Muslims, a part of something that was a little bit more conservative in the past. And there's something here about you changing your beliefs around how you view tarot. Okay. Or maybe somebody else is doing this with you. Like if you are a High Priestess, some of y'all could have somebody in your energy that is viewing you differently, or you, they. Okay. It seems positive though. I'm not seeing this in a negative energy, people, in this reading. Somebody in your energy could be viewing your spiritual gifts or your path as positive, Or even if it's not about your spiritual gifts or your path, it's something here about your individuality, how you show up in the world, your uniqueness, the things that make you abundant. Okay, how you show up and contribute to collective consciousness, to the collective in general. Maybe this is something that somebody was judging in the past and now people aren't judging you for it, or somebody wants to support you, or I don't know. Let's get into the orange calcite though. Some of you could also be celibate. You don't have to be. Because some people actually view the high priestess as like a lady of the night type of vibe. So you could either be very reserved and to yourself and not sleeping with anybody, or some of you could be in an energy where you are somebody in this pile may have an accent, because I keep feeling like I am almost speaking like in a weird pattern. It's not my normal pattern. But what was I going to say? You could either be very reserved, or some of you are open. Okay? To each his own. Now, orange calcite. We got 28. Somebody could be a Scorpio or a Libra. Okay? You can have those placements. Libra. Yeah, Scorpio or Libra. Scorpio or Sagittarius may be relevant. Oh my God, I just came across a crystal that is so pretty that I've never seen in this book. It says APOPHYLLITE. Should I read this? Should I read this and add this to your crystals? Because I've never seen this crystal before, but it's so pretty. I'm going to read it. It says apophyllite. This white stone eases anxiety to make room for logic while restoring inner peace. The color is white. Apophyllite usually has an icy or snow-like appearance. It's good for psychic powers. If you can open your mind, this stone could be a gateway to the wider spiritual world. Yeah, I've never seen this crystal in this book, y'all, but it is so pretty. It says the truth. By opening the third eye chakra, this shimmering stone helps you to see into the past and the future. Not only that, but it helps you to see more clearly so you're able to identify the truth no matter what. Self-care. Take a few minutes out of your day to meditate with this stone by holding it in the palms of your hand. This simple ritual will foster patience and help you find a sense of calm. What's more, it will encourage you to practice self-love. It also says spiritual wisdom. This bright white crystal opens the third eye chakra, the center for intuition and spiritual wisdom. It helps you to access past life experiences to gain deeper insight. Some even say it helps people connect with angels. Ooh, I love that. Some of you guys, you could work with the angels, archangels. All right. You also have an excerpt here that says charged up. And funny enough, this charged up is right next to a full moon. That's why I really wanted to read the page, because I'm like, not the moon being on this page. It says charged up. Apophyllite is closely linked to the moon, and that's where it gets its energy. With that in mind, you can charge up your apophyllite under the light of a full moon or a new moon. Another way to recharge apophyllite is by burying the stone in soil, which also gets rid of any negative energy that's built up inside. Yes, for those of you that aren't using the moon to charge your crystals, you definitely can put them in your plants or in the soil of something. I just bit my tongue again. I bit my tongue in pile 1. Some of y'all are connected to pile 1. You could watch this whole thing through, y'all. I brought up in pile 1 that when I bite my tongue, I think about Bad Habit by Steve Lacy. Somebody could, again, be a Gemini. You could be. Somebody else could be. But yeah, you can bury your crystals in the dirt and they will charge just the same. And then also it says ancient times. Traditionally, Hindus would pass mirror apophyllite, a high quality and clearer version of apophyllite, down to younger generations in their family as a mirror to the past. They could then gaze into the stone to learn from the good and the bad in their family's history. In Chinese Tibetan culture, however, apophyllite would be used to help with breathing related issues such as asthma as well as with allergies. Wow. So the crystal was meant to help people work through familial trauma? Some of y'all, this is wild. Apophyllite is definitely going to be on the screen with the calcite now. So I'm also getting an energy here of somebody discovering something around this moon. Some of you guys may discover something new that's really going to like pique your interest or blow your mind or make you look at something differently. Like heavy on the signs and synchronicities in this reading, y'all. Also, bringing up the full moon. The full moon is divine feminine energy. Okay, the sun is usually tied to masculine energy. The moon is usually tied to feminine. So somebody in here, regardless of whether you are a masculine or feminine, some of you are connecting to your divine feminine energy. Now, calcite, it says, turn to this stone to unite body, mind, and spirit for a higher spiritual connection. The color is varied. Calcite can be many colors, including orange. It's good for joints. It helps with arthritis and strengthens the skeleton. Skeletons make me think about Capricorn, but also Scorpio energy. It also says soul searching. Calcite is renowned for its ability to activate chakras and prepare the body, mind, and spirit for higher spiritual connections. It nourishes the soul and cleanses away negative energy, making room for clear thinking. It also says healing. Calcite packs a punch when it comes to physical benefits. It detoxifies the organs so that they can function well. It also supports the skeletal system and keeps bones strong by balancing calcium in the body. Calcite helps the body absorb calcium. It can also break down calcification, which can contribute to arthritis. Heavy on that. Some of y'all, you could be having issues with your joints, or somebody does. Maybe it's an elder, or just anybody in your energy. I remember when I was in high school, there was a guy that I knew who had got his knee replaced like twice or something. And I'm like, why is that? And I think he was like a cowboy. Okay. He was like into riding horses or something like that. And I think he needed to get his knee replaced. But we were in high school. He was like, we had to have been like 16, 17. So I don't know, y'all. That makes me think about the song from Sound of Music. Where it's like, you are 16 going on 17. 16, 17. Also, there's an excerpt here that says, creative energy. All colors of calcite are thought to enhance creative expression. When it comes to orange calcite, it is connected to the sacral chakra and it is bursting with positive energy, a powerful combination for ensuring that creative ideas come to life. And last but not least, I'm going to read this here. It says peace. This crystal brings bright energy and abundance, helping with motivation and drive. So if you're someone who finds yourself feeling down a lot, then calcite can help. It also encourages you to focus on what matters while guiding you towards a more peaceful state of mind. Some of y'all definitely should be working with crystals around this moon. Now, pile 3. I'm picking up on a message here. Music is significant. I don't know if you are a musician, you're dealing with a musician, you enjoy listening to music, you're getting signs through music. Something about that could be relevant around this moon. Especially if you are like in conflict with people for some reason. I don't know why. Because there's a message here about you being in conflict with people or releasing the conflict attached to certain people. Some of you are letting go of the guilt that you have around being the villain in someone else's story, while also releasing the judgment or resentment attached to someone that I assume wasn't as bad as you thought. Some of you guys have somebody in your energy that you thought was shady or that you felt was like a bad person that isn't. I don't want to say they aren't bad. For some of y'all, they aren't. Some of you were in conflict with somebody in the past that you don't want to be in conflict with anymore. I don't know if you're around this person or not, y'all. Some of you, you're not around this person, but you're finally forgiving them. Others of you, you might be coming into contact with this person And if you do, I feel like it is going to benefit you somehow, because for somebody in this reading, it may actually unlock some chakras that you have that will help you call in more financial abundance or support. Something about you healing a wound attached to someone from your past or someone in your energy is actually going to help you get closer to achieving a certain goal. Whether it's because you're working with this person or because you're finally forgiving this person and it's going to help you heal somehow. So I'm going to take a second, shuffle off camera, come back on camera, tell you what I see, and then we'll close out the reading. Okay, so pile 3, signs that also may be relevant in this pile, excuse me. The number 38 is super significant. Somebody could be 38 years old, or somebody was born in 83. That could be relevant. But I'm getting Scorpio and Sagittarius. Someone could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Taurus, Aquarius, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sag, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Aquarius, Capricorn, Leo. Okay, any sign in this reading, but those ones are coming out as the most significant. Now, pile 3. Some of you guys are definitely forgiving someone, or somebody wants your forgiveness. So either you are the one that's forgiving this person, because somebody, like, I'm getting the energy of someone in here that's going to be thinking a lot about certain career moves or expansion that they want to pursue. There's certain things that you want to pursue, pile 3, but you've been slow to pursue it because of some form of stress. Why am I struggling in this pile to speak? Why is this? Hold on. Why am I struggling to speak in here? Why am I struggling to speak in here? Some of you, this has to do with a speaking role. Like you, I don't know if you speak for work or you want to be a speaker, but you've been slow to pursue something, a career opportunity, expansion in a certain arena, something like that. Why is that? Maybe some of you have a speech impediment, not all of you. Others of you, I'm just getting like you might be afraid to speak up. Why haven't you been pursuing it? Because you've been stressed out. About what? About following your heart? About following your heart, about doing something that you love, about pursuing a path that you feel led to go down. Some of you have not pursued it because you're stressed out. For some of you, you're stressed out about someone. Others of you, you're just stressed out because maybe you care a lot about this thing, about this opportunity, about what you want to pursue, and you're nervous about pursuing it. Others of you, there's a specific person that you're stressed out over. For some of you, this person could be coming your way, or there's something here about if they're not coming your way. I'm seeing Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If they're not coming your way, there's just something here about you being stressed out about this person. Some of y'all are stressed out. You could have had a hard time pursuing something new because you were thinking a lot about a certain person. Doesn't mean like this person is attached to what it is that you wanted to pursue, but it's almost like let's say you wanted to start a YouTube or a podcast or something like that. Somebody in this reading, you may be stressed out because you feel like this person is going to see this. Like you might be worried about somebody seeing this, watching you. Especially if you like somebody, or if you used to like somebody, or I don't know. Something weird's going on. I don't understand this. You could definitely have an ex. I don't know if you're stressed out about your ex, but you could definitely have an ex. Or this is someone that you could have dated or wanted to date at one point in time, but you guys are in a stalemate. You're coming up as the king and queen of swords. There's something here. It could be a current partner as well. It's just giving a very like logical or analytical energy between you and this person. Somebody isn't starting a project or doing something because they're stressed out about a person. What some of you don't know is that this person is watching you. And I don't know if there was something that was getting in the way of them pursuing a project with you in the past, or what is this about? Or forgiving you in the past. Maybe some of you, you're dealing with someone that you were in conflict with and you want to work with this person, but you don't know if you'll be able to because y'all have conflict. What is this reading doing, pile 3? Some of you want to start a project and either there's somebody that's watching you, or some of you, there's someone that wants to start something with you because they're getting over some sort of conflict they had with you, they had with someone else. They're coming your way. Why is this coming up? There's a third party here, y'all. I don't know if it's like a third party in a friendship or a third party in a relationship. There was a third party at some point in time. Yeah, this could have been a work third party. Somebody could have worked with another person before you, or you, them. You were working with another person before this person, but now you and someone else want to collaborate, or someone wants to work with you. This energy is coming up as relevant because you've been thinking about starting a project or a certain thing for a while now. Some of you already have had it in your mind that you want to start this thing, that you want to pursue this passion, but you haven't. Why haven't you? Because you felt like, some of you, there's a fear here when it comes to being disowned. I don't know what that's about. Some of y'all could be fearful of being disowned. Others of you, I'm getting something here about money. You were worried about your money. You didn't pursue this project because you really wanted to make money, and you felt like you wouldn't make money in this field. Others of you, somebody was having a relationship issue. I don't know if somebody had to leave a relationship behind in order to work with you, or if you had to leave a relationship behind in order to start this project. But I'm getting something here like that. Somebody may have had relationship issues. This doesn't have to be romantic. The situation between you and this person. Some of y'all, you could have like a business colleague or something that wants to come around and work with you after ending something with someone else, or vice versa. I don't know, y'all. This energy's messy. I just feel like you and another person are on the same page now. The only issue is some of you are worried about the conflict that will come with you working with someone. Or some of you don't know if this is the right person to be working with or to be collaborating with or talking to. Like, there could be other people that you feel like you're meant to be working with. My stomach keeps making all these weird noises. Somebody could be hungry. I'm even getting like hungry, like somebody is really hungry to start something new, to branch out into something new, to expand. Some of you are ready to do something different, or there's something that you really feel called to do on a soul level. But you're either worried about the conflict that will come from you pursuing this thing or working with this person or whatever it is. Or others of you, there's an energy here of you like trying to figure out whether this is the right person to be working with, to be connecting with, to be talking to. Maybe you feel like there's other people you could work with, or for some of you, it could even be a thing where you feel like there's other people you could date, other people you could consider to be in a relationship with. Yes, for some of you, this is about relationship stuff. It could even be a thing too where it's like, let's say this is someone that wants to connect with you again. I'm getting business and love. I don't know why that's relevant. You could be connecting with someone that wants to work with you but also date you. Or that's the dynamic. Like at one point in time you used to work with each other, now y'all want to date. Or at one point in time you used to like each other but now you want to work. Like something's going on like that. Something weird is happening. I'm just getting a vibe here where it's like somebody's concerned that if they choose to pursue something, another person's going to try to come in. Who's this other person? Somebody could be worried about an ex of yours. Pile 3. Heavy on the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Taurus here. We got Aries, Leo, Sag, you or them. Somebody's worried about another person coming in. There's something here. I don't know if this is your worry as well. Are some of you well known? Or are you dealing with someone that's well known? Because I'm also picking up on the vibe of someone that's worried about other people getting involved. But it may not even be like a family or friend thing. Somebody could be worried about the other people that would want to talk to you. Or you're worried about the other people that want to talk to this person. Whether this is like a romantic investment or a career-related investment. Some of you want to work with someone or someone wants to work with you. But there's a concern here or wants to make amends with you. Somebody seeing you differently. For others of you, you're seeing this person differently or somebody's seeing a situation differently. And there's a desire to connect with each other. But somebody could be afraid of another person and the attention that they get. I'm also getting something here about somebody being worried about like if someone is going to want to talk to, like, I don't know if you are someone that is of a high caliber or if this person is, but I'm also picking up on the energy of someone being concerned about someone having other suitors or other options or other people in their energy that would want to, like, somebody could be worried that another person has exes that are going to want to heal things with them. Another person could be worried about someone having people who have more money or more status being interested in another person. Like, there's an insecurity here. You could feel insecure or this person could feel a bit insecure. Like, they don't know if you both equally want to choose each other or want to work with each other or want to heal something with each other or something like that. I don't know what that's about. Your advice here is that you need to really take a second to look at your emotions and reflect on your emotions to figure out exactly why you are fearful of moving forward. Because I feel like you're stuck. Why is pile 3 stuck? I don't know if you're fearful of working with this person or just in general. Like, if there's a project that you want to start, why haven't you started it? What's the advice for pile 3? What's the advice for pile 3? Pile 3, if there's something that you want to manifest or if there's like a project that you want to start or if there's something that you want to do, you need to do it. You want to speak to somebody, you can speak to somebody. You want to work on some sort of project, you can work on that project. You want to build a business, build the business. Why is this coming up? Yeah, you want to go through a transformation, transform, change. Some of y'all have somebody coming in. Or you're coming towards somebody. Some of y'all, you want to make a move towards someone or they want to make a move towards you. What's the advice? More advice. Oh my gosh, pile 3. Pile 3. I'm hearing that song that's like, He want to lick my boom, got my ride to ta. God, I'm going crazy for that pool, nah. Okay, somebody in here, I don't know what that's about. That's so funny. That's so funny. That is so funny. I get what I want. I got that shalaka laka. Somebody in here, that's how you feeling? Is that how you feel, Pile 3? Or is this how somebody's feeling about you? Or is that how you feel about someone? Is that how you feel about someone? I'm confused. This could have something to do with social media. Because that song to me makes me think about all the people who have made like content to it. Some of y'all want to make content with someone. Or rap. Or something. I don't know. Or whatever it is. May not be rapping. Maybe somebody is a rapper, singer, producer. If not, I'm getting like, again, like content for some reason. Music is significant because the same way I talked about the pomegranates, pay attention to the music, y'all. Something about music is relevant. I don't know what that means for you, but pay attention because maybe there's something going on here when it comes to that. Okay, maybe you have some sort of telepathic bond with someone. If you're not a musician or if they're not one. Messages for the people in this reading. Messages for the people in this reading. Messages for the people in this reading. You have King Neptune, sensitivity. Somebody in here could be a Pisces. Sensitivity makes me think about that song that's like, you need a man with sensitivity. A man like me. Some of y'all, there's a man. You could be a sensitive man. Or there is a sensitive man coming your way. I believe that's Ralph. His name's like Ralph. Can't remember. Okay, King Neptune, sensitivity. He want to lick my got my ride to ta. That's what I'm hearing. I think that's called pink nails or something. Okay, let me stop. Let me stop joking around. It says, King Neptune's sensitivity. You're a highly sensitive soul. Embrace your softness and vulnerability. King Neptune is guardian of an ancient spiritual world called Lumeria, a light-filled civilization connected to the Indian and Pacific Oceans with a pure, harmonious, and peaceful frequency. Lumerians are... Oh my God. I got nervous, looked at the time, and then messed up the word again. Lumerians were psychic sensitives with wide open heart chakras. The oceans carried intuitive codes that were transmitted through dolphins, whales, and mer people. Crystal healing was a part of daily life. King Neptune was a shapeshifter and merman who later became Poseidon in ancient Greece. His symbols are the trident, the horse, and the bull. He guides Lumerian lightworkers to fulfill their earthly missions. It says, drawing this card confirms that you already know what you already know. You're incredibly sensitive to emotional and psychic energies. Most likely you've had to numb yourself to the harsh, closed-off consciousness of the modern world as it doesn't understand or value the way that you are. I just realized King Neptune is a Pisces, and this is a Pisces moon. This is a Pisces moon, y'all. Anyway, that just blew my mind. I'm like, oh wait, King Neptune, that is Pisces. It says, you may have previously lived in Lumeria and are now bringing crystalline qualities of empathy, heart chakra healing, and sensitivity to Earth. Your Lumerian soul is expert at reading emotions and taking the psychic temperature of any room. You sense every undercurrent, especially what's not being openly expressed. Being in crowds and highly stimulating environments can be challenging. You need beauty and art, romance, lyrical music, serenity, the ocean, nature, crystals, animals, and people who are open to the spirit world. You like tenderness, softness, and gentleness, especially in relationships. If you've been numbing yourself with addictive substances, unhealthy relationships, or overworking, for example, ask King Neptune for help. Embracing vulnerability is a key lesson for you in this lifetime. You may unconsciously sabotage wonderful experiences and relationships because of an old fear of being emotionally exposed. King Neptune says it's safe to let others into your heart. Your sensitivity is a gift. Rather than shutting off your soft heart, make friends with your Lumerian light. The additional meanings of this card says, you're a Lumerian light worker. Take steps to reconnect with your soul's experiences in Lumeria. Connect with crystals for healing purposes. Have an open-hearted conversation with someone. Yes, some of y'all could be having a conversation around this moon. The invocation of this card says, my sensitivity is a spiritual gift. It's safe to be vulnerable. Now, for some of you, I don't know whether, I was also getting a vibe too where like some of you could have been having a disconnect or like a lack of movement in a situation because somebody was healing. Somebody was healing from something from the past. I don't know if you were healing or if someone else was healing, but somebody could have been healing from something from the past. And I feel like whether it was conflict between you and them or something outside of you both. And I feel like that also could have been why you hesitated on making a certain move or a project or starting something. Some of you wanted to start something and you never did because you were healing. Okay. But now you might have the opportunity to start something up or heal something or work on something. I'm hearing Started Up by Alex Malley. Started Up. I love that song. Messages for the people in this reading. It says forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. What's at the bottom of the deck? Perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Heavy on the my mind to. Whatever you tell yourself is what is true. Whatever you set your mind to is what you'll manifest. Somebody in here, what are you focused on? What are you telling yourself? About this situation, about this person? What have you been telling yourself? I feel like somebody in this reading has had a hard time when it comes to expanding because there's like a certain thought pattern or way of, I don't know, like it's giving thought pattern. There's a certain thought pattern that you've had around this connection or just people in general that has hindered you from building other bonds or building on a certain connection. Like something's going on. Some of y'all may be forgiving someone. Some of you are going to forgive someone and end up connecting with this person, like working with them. Others of you, I'm getting, you might forgive someone so that you can finally go towards a goal. Something else that you're trying to work on. Because there's a part of you that wasn't able to forgive this person in the past. And that's why you never started something or you just never got out of the funk that you were in. You could have been in a funk. You didn't feel motivated. You didn't feel inspired. Something about making amends or forgiving someone will inspire you. Okay. We got dance as self-care. Sync with the moon. Bottom of the deck, you have intuition. Let's look into what this full moon message is in this book around sync with the moon. Some of you guys may be going out with your friends around this time, or you're going to be out and about dancing during the moon. Okay, it says full moon. Take note of how your intentions have manifested. Reflect with gratitude and let go of what is no longer serving you. Put your crystals and sacred belongings outside under the moonlight for recharging and cleansing. Yes. That made me think about Moonlight by Kali Uchis. Okay. Somebody could be a Cancer. Someone could be a Gemini. They don't have to be. What's a love oracle here? Love oracles for people in this reading. What's a love oracle for the people in this reading? You have wait. Don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. Embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. And then bottom of that, it says, you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. Some of you guys are aligning with love. It keeps saying soon, soon to come your way, soon to be here, soon. Something is soon. Something's about to happen soon. What's a mantra for the people in this pile, Spirit? Angels. Your mantra you have is, I'm unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. I'm unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. That's for somebody. Also, bottom of the deck, you have, I surrender to a power greater than me. I surrender to a power greater than me. Lovely. Okay. That's all that I have, you guys. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Saying lovely made me think about a lovely night. I brought this up in another reading recently. In the pick a card around the weekly advice. A lovely night from Brandy's Cinderella could be relevant. Okay. Some of y'all might be having a real good night. I don't know if you're going to have a real good night on the moon or you're just having a real good night, but some of y'all are having a good night. A good night. Why do I keep saying that? Anyway, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance.